Hi there from Bugeye Guys. I am superbly excited to introduce to you this car, Sage, which is just a fantastic sculpture for all of us. A lot of people had a hand in this. It isn't finished yet, so for those of you who are watching going, why doesn't it have the trim? Yeah, we haven't put the door trim on, the back trim isn't on yet. There are a number of details that aren't worked out, the horn push. This is the proper Sage shift tower underneath here. This is just to protect it so we don't scratch anything in the building. It's a 5-speed car with a 1380 engine, and front disc brakes, a lot of really nice performance upgrades. But what I wanted to talk about in particular was that this was one of those restoration cars that had been sitting for a long time. It was primer red when we got it. I think it had been a white or a red car originally. What do you do with that? For the modern consumer in today's world, what's attractive to people? Well, in our humble opinion, now that we've built more than 500 of these Sprites, we wanted to take things that were derivative of the original, but bring them up a few notches. So we chose, it's actually a Toyota color. It's a green, gray Sage that is much more contemporary. You see a lot of 911s in these kind of putty-esque palette. The dark gray colors have become a contemporary kind of colorway for a lot of automobiles. We wanted to take some of that and also take advantage of the leaf green heritage of the car and kind of blend it for a modern eye. And I believe we accomplished that. It's a really special color that looks different in all the different lights. This is LED light right now, but it's just gorgeous. Then for the interior, what do you do with an interior for today? Well, obviously in Bugeyes, you were limited pretty much to black or red and blue. There were 3 colors on the palette. That was one way they could keep the cost down. It was, again, an $1,800 car when it was new. So what do you do when you have a putty sage green? We looked at greens, we looked at grays, we looked at a lot of different browns. And what we ultimately chose, and it's funny because back then we had nothing. We just had a stripped interior and a couple of swatches, but we chose this really modeled, embossed brown leather. And then we also chose another different embossed leather for the seats. They're so soft, can't keep my hands off them. Then for the floor covering, we wanted to try working with wool as well. So this is wool that we bound with a matching tan to kind of accentuate the tan piping that we also built and sewed into these seats with the gold thread. And you'll also see that echoed in the door pockets. So you can see that there. And some custom brown check straps and some brown door gasketing. So all of these things have come together to give us also a wooden steering wheel, and it gives us a blended palette of different earth tones and something really one of a kind. And we're very proud of that. In my mind, as we restore these cars, if you look under the hood, we're looking to have the best craft and lay out these brake lines, meticulously, perhaps better than they were laid out at the factory. And also to run the wiring harnesses so that they're gorgeously laid out. And, this is just, the coil bracket would have initially been on the generator, but again, this being it's actually a 58 early frame, so you have this slightly different rail here, but we lay the coil in that corner, not a stock original thing, but a very artful way to interpret how to build one of these cars in the modern era. Aluminum radiator, brand new twin SU HS2 carbs, and a restored wiper motor, silicone brake fluid in the master cylinder. All the plumbing is new, so we don't have to worry about attacking the paint with the silicone brake fluid because it doesn't eat paint. So all in all, you have this amazing machine coming together. We have a flip forward nose reinforced with this X bracing to give us some more rigidity, because again, we found that for modern consumers, picking up the nose from the back here and borrowing on race heritage where people always did that, it's much more practical than lifting the heavy mass of the nose from the front for a slightly older demographic, not quite as strong a lower back as we once had. This is a very nice way to build a sports car for the modern consumer. We'll put some brown embossed leather straps here. We still have to build those next week to hold the nose down and just keep building on the theme of this earth tone and sage green car. So this car is for sale and we're building more like it here. If you love these videos and you like what we do, we hope you'll check out our parts catalog. We have every part for any Sprite midget that you might own or be interested in, certainly for Bugeyes. And yeah, we'll keep you posted on Sage, a very special car that a lot of people in our building, a team of people work very hard to put together what I'm showing off today. And we thank you for watching here at Bugeye Guys.